They call him the painter of the people.
The first thing that struck me was the hopefulness of the work.
Meet Purvis.
Well, I ain't been no angel, man.
Meet the reformed criminal who credits angels with making him a legend in the art world. Wild, passionate, and redeemed. Phil Keating profiles Purvis Young. His paintings are praised by people in the street, but his inspiration comes from on high.
The angels said, "This is not your life. You're going to have a different life."
The artist and the angels are next. The darling dynamic duo taking the world by storm, or at least causing a storm, minutes away. But first, Phil Keating now with a portrait of a self-taught urban artist whose paintings are widely praised. Purvis Young now, from tough times to top talent.
These vibrant paintings have earned the prestige of exhibition at museums like the Smithsonian Institute. They've earned the admiration of patrons like Jane Fonda, and they've earned sales of upwards of $35,000 for a single painting. Who's painting this world-renowned art? Not some hotshot young painter from the art world of New York City, but a 63-year-old denizen of the mean streets of Miami. His name is Purvis Young.
That's me as a Zulu warrior.
This is you as a Zulu warrior?
Yeah.
Purvis grew up in the tough Miami neighborhood called Overtown. And as a 20-year-old, he could not escape the crime on the streets.
You know, I just went to jail for breaking entry. I was a young man.
Young was locked up for 3 years, but while in prison, his life changed forever. New York Art Gallery owner Daniel Aubrey.
He claims that angels came to him, and that the angels said, "This is not your life. You're going to have a different life, and we're going to show you the way to that life." And that's really when he started drawing and painting.
At the turn of the 1960s, the self-taught artist returned to Overtown and began to paint what he saw. He covered an entire street called Goodbread Alley with his wild, passionate brushstrokes.
This is one of his most famous murals, the public library here in Overtown. You see the white horses up top. Those represent freedom. The eyes in the middle, that's the system. And these are all the people down here. They have been freed. You don't see any chains on these people.
Acclaim for Purvis's work began to spread. In 1985, he was commissioned to paint a huge mural in a Miami metro station. But Purvis didn't change his lifestyle.
He's lived the past 35 years in rat-infested warehouses, eating junk food.
Where others would have capitalized on the fame of their work, Purvis seemed too naive to even charge for his paintings.
I had a guy help me with the truck, you know, haul stuff. I gave him paintings.
But with no savings to take care of himself, Purvis developed diabetes and nearly died.
His legs got real bad, real swollen, and he was swollen all over.
Luckily, Purvis met art collector Martin Siskin, who got him the health care he needed and helped him finally manage his financial affairs.
He helped me get a warehouse. And how to pay for a warehouse, I didn't know all that.
Today, with his new manager's help, Purvis paints in a bright, uncluttered studio. And more importantly to his wallet, he stopped giving away his paintings. Instead, upscale dealers like Daniel Aubrey in New York City sell Purvis Young's work for tens of thousands of dollars. And celebrities like Jane Fonda have become major fans.
The first thing that struck me was the hopefulness of the work. God lives in them.
Fonda is featured in a new documentary about the artist called Purvis of Overtown. The movie is making the rounds of major film festivals, yet typically, Young is not impressed by his fame. It's Purvis Young's art, his gift to the world, that pleases this selfless man the most.
If I die now, I say I done the best I could in the world.
Hey, mate, it's too bad it took the art world so long to find this guy, but do you think now that he's selling paintings for 30 grand a pop, he's going to lose the innocence that made him great?
Well, I asked him that directly, and he says, you know, he still lives his life very simple. He doesn't live a fast-paced life like Andy Warhol by any means, and he still lives in his old neighborhood in Overtown. All the odds were against this guy growing up, but he's superseded all those odds and finally seeks success.
Beautiful stuff. Thanks, Phil. Stand by, everybody. Back in a flash with Las Dos Bushistas.